Oops. Hello, hello. Good afternoon. I'm back, y'all. I'm back. Having kids. Um, yeah. So, good afternoon. Good evening. This is Claudine Gasana, your immigration attorney here in Houston, Texas, representing clients all over the states and around the world. Today, I wanted to talk about the OPT, the optional practical training, or the post completion. So, you graduate and you are an international student, you are allowed to work in the United States for at least 1 year, with the exception of the STEM extension. So, what happens if you are not able to find a job? You are not able to land a job. Can you self-employ? Can you open a business? That's what we're going to talk about today. So I had a conversation with one of the students who just graduated from college. When you before you finish college or your degree program, 3 months prior, you are eligible to apply for work permit, which will allow you to work for at least 1 year, and it's called the OPT. So once you obtain your EAD or your employment authorization document, you are supposed or you have to find employment within 90 days of the approval date on your EAD card. So, say if you got your EAD approved in May, by August, you must have found employment. So this right now, this time, because we know graduation happened a couple months ago. Those who graduated now, they are looking for a job and they're starting to worry. So what's gonna happen if I don't have a job? So before we get into whether you can self-employ or open a business, first of all, let's discuss what type of employment is allowed in under the OPT. Is it full time? Is it part time? So it could be part time or full time. You can work for any U.S. employer, meaning you can work for any company, as long as you are employed in a position that is connected to your field of study. You can work temporarily, so temp to hire. You can work for an agency, like a recruiting agency. You can work for multiple employers. You can intern or volunteer, and you are not required to have a paid position. So that's something, maybe if you are not finding a job, if you are able to find a to volunteer to any company, a nonprofit, or any other company that can allow volunteering or unpaid internship, you may be able to do so and no report that position or report that employment to your school official, and then you won't have to worry about not finding a job. Um, so now, so like I was saying, that if you what happens if you don't find employment within 90 days? It will happen if you do not report to your DSO, which is the designated school official. Then your designated school official will inform ICE, or Immigration Customs Enforcement, that you have not found a job. So basically, you'll be out of status, or you have violated your extended status, because you get an OPT for 1 year, and that 1 year is basically you get a new I-20, and that's duration of status. You have an additional 1 year in F1 status, even if you are allowed to work. So that's why it is very important that you do not miss the 90 days before you report to your DSO. Try to find a job, try to find part-time, paid or unpaid, or try to find, if you can work as a contractor, do so. If you can get a temp to hire, work for these agencies, recruitment agencies, do so, and then report that report the employment to your DSO. Some DSOs or designated school officials, they may be kind to remind the students to report their jobs, but some may not. So it's upon you, the student, to know when the 90 days is coming up and talk to your DSO and report the position. So now, one uh, one aspect I wanted to talk about post employment or post compression OPT employment is that you don't have to be employed by anyone. You can self employ. You can open a business. So you may wonder, no, wait, how am I going to do that? And am I allowed to do that? Yes, you are allowed to do that. So what do you need to show? First of all, you have to open a business. So basically, you don't have to really go into the company structuring. Here in the United States, in most states, you are allowed to work for yourself, so proprietorship, that's what it's called. And you can register a business within the state and do what's called a doing business as, right, to get a um, the name registered in the state. That will allow you to also apply for the employment or employer's identification number with IRS, and to be able to, if you need to open a business account with the bank, to be able to do so. So the first thing you need to do is to register a business, because your DSO uh, will ask to evidence that you have opened your business. Or that's going to be easier if you are able to show that you have registered your business with the state. Number two, you have to have a business plan, or if you have a potential clients or potential contacts, basically you have to be able to show the school official that you are in the process of opening a business and you have a business plan. You have you are in the process of depending on what you do, what type of business. And again, the business has to be related to the field of your study. So you cannot, if you are an accountant, for example, you can open a business to be selling, to sell on Amazon, for example, right? So that has nothing to do with your study. It has to be in the field of your study. You can, begin offering some accounting services. For example, you can show the DSO that you have contacted potential clients, you are in meetings, you have some plans you are showing to them. If you are in the if you are an architect, then you can be able to show, well, so I'm here are the plans I'm working on, here's the presentation I'm working on, I'm meeting these potential clients. This, you have emails to show when you are meeting, you have phone call records, and then you have the plans or the project, the presentation you have prepared. And some actually who are like tech savvy, you can even have your website. You can show, okay, I have set up a website for my company. You can, and nowadays it's not hard to find an office. There are these shared or co-working spaces you can easily rent, or some people also can do prefer to have like a PO box. A PO box, you can rent a PO box, is not expensive. And have it on your website, and have a company documents, and set up your EIN, employer identification number, with IRS, and have some business plan and projects and presentations, and potential clients or potential contacts that you have been begun to contact, and have all that ready to show to you the DSO, and report that you are self-employed. So that will suffice to show that, okay, I am, even if I haven't found a job, I'm planning to self-employ, I have opened a business, and here's the plan for my business to succeed. So that's very important. And if you are lucky, or if you have one of the question will be, if you are one of the fields that will be STEM, you may be able to get an extension of your OPT. In that case, like I said, with OPT, you can have multiple employment. So if down the line you are able to obtain employment, you can have it and then do your self-employment or your business part-time, or do the other part-time, depending on which one has more opportunities for you. And then you may be able to extend your OPT. And if you have watched some of my videos, especially on the national interest waiver, on safe petition, with from F1 OPT, you may be eligible to obtain a green card on self petition, because the national interest waiver also there is an aspect or an element of entrepreneurship. So if you are self-employed and in the first year you are able to show how potential your business will be, or your self-employment will be, who knows, down the line you may be able to self-petition for your green card based on entrepreneurship. So that's what I want to talk to you today. So basically, if you are a student who just graduated, international student, and you are on OPT and the time is running, so know that there are so many employment opportunities that you can choose from. You are not It's not like one of those visas that say, okay, you have to be employed by such, and you can only do full time. You can part time, you can work for yourself, you can work for free, meaning volunteer, you can work for multiple agencies, temp to hire, you can work for multiple employers, as long as you are working in the area or in the field of your study. And then you'll be able to report your employment. It's very important not to miss the deadline to report your employment. So thank you, and I hope you 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 have gained something from this short video. So if you like and you appreciate, please share. And I'm sure you have some international students who are wondering what to do after graduation. Please go ahead and share with them, and like and comment and subscribe. So you have a good afternoon. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.